Stickers and prints for you guys. What's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Good, Darian.
Will, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Is most of your artwork digital creations? Or?
No, I really focus on, like, I want to paint. I love painting. Right now, I'm into digital stuff because I got a back injury. Like, I have 2 herniated discs.
Oh, shitty.
I just found out, so I need surgery for that. So painting, it's really hard for me to, like, sit down and focus and get into it right now. So, like, digital, I can chip away for, like, 15 minutes, get up, walk around, get around the shop.
And not have to worry about your materials getting all crusty and shit.
Yeah, I got a good process for that. I save all my paints in little cups that I spray with water and keep them wet always. Pretty good for that. It's just, it's a process getting in, getting water, getting, like, everything set up.
This thing, you just open it up.
And just keep chipping away. So I'm trying to do that, just kind of stay afloat. Right now I'm doing fine, but the back injury is gnarly.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you mentioned you work at the tattoo shop.
Yep.
Feel free to promote that if you want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, do you take commissions? Like,
that's like my bread and butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like outside of the tattoo work.
I don't tattoo.
Oh no,
I don't tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah, I rent space out of the shop.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, and use it as like a gallery or whatever.
Yeah, it's a studio. It's my studio. So I go there. And art is always
Which shop
there.
Is it?
It's Stingray Tattoo. It's just down.
Oh, okay, just down the street.
Yeah, just down there, man. Yeah, beside Dancer's Den. So there's now 4 artists in there. Before it was just Trevor Moran and Dylan Nash, and now it's we got Jason Burns and Rob Croucher in there. They came from In Depth, so it's a busy shop.
Well,
I don't mind. Like I'm doing fine with online stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's more like that's my hustle, like Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook.
I bet. I know. I saw this, but that's brilliant.
Yeah. So like prints, I like kind of I go on Snapchat and I hype them up. Like so, like I'm taking pictures while I'm doing it, while I'm drawing it, so people know what's coming.
Yeah.
And limited drops, right? Like only 40 run and never be made again. Like, that's kind of my deal.
Where do you draw like your inspirations from? Like,
Man, just cartoons. Like I've always loved cartoons and video games, and I don't even know. Like it's hard to like even say like what inspires me because I really don't know. I just love doing this shit. Like it's
like I see it like the melting thing.
Yeah,
seems to be a recurring.
Thing you use. Yeah, the drips are definitely drips.
So
like I've started adding recurring elements slowly over the years. That like Band-Aids is one of them. I don't know if I have any Band-Aids in here actually, but I usually slap a Band-Aid on a guy's face, gold teeth, zits, all that stuff. And like I think really where that came, I guess my inspiration big time was Mad Magazine, man.
Right.
Mad Magazines. I love like the 1960s to 1980s Mads. Like they just get me there, man. So I guess that was my first source of inspiration, and my dad, just being
dad artist as well.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's a graphic designer mostly. Like he's been like CEO of an advertising or CFO. No, that's financial. CEO, creative officer of like an advertising firm. He's now like a bit like a head marketing guy at a credit union now.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's more in the corporate now, but he's very well respected guy in his field.
Cool. Right.
So drawing with him when I was a kid, because he went to like art school and stuff, and took the graphic design route and stuff. But he's still got a weird, talented mind when he draws and stuff. Always weird shit. And I guess that's kind of where it started.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How long do you think does it take you to produce something like that?
This one would probably been about 20 hours, 25 hours worth of work, give or take. Yeah. It kind of varies from thing to thing. Like these sticker designs I draw in about 2 hours.
Right.
Or something like that. It's about a 2-hour drawing. You need me to show it.
Thank you. Yeah, this is your guy right here.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour drawing-ish. This one was a little weird. This one was probably 2-3 hours. It's got some weird
shading in there. Yeah.
But yeah, a big full composition like this would be 20, 25 hours digitally. And if I were to paint it, something like that, because sometimes I design all my paintings digitally, and painting's usually between 20 and 40 hours on top of like a 10-hour.
So you'll do a digital print first and then paint it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I draw everything on the iPad first, and then I'll either like project it, stencil it, sometimes just freehand reference it.
Yeah. It's awesome. Like to see Chester Chia, this kind of a view. Right?
Yeah, and that was my buddy Trevor's idea. We're at the tattoo convention here actually, and I was gonna like, okay, I'm gonna draw a new print. What should I do? He's like, Chester Cheetah, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Let's do it. And I don't know how this happened. Like I was just like, the pose looks like he's marionetting, and then I threw a Pinocchio in there, and then
It works.
there we go. Like early in my art career. It wasn't even a career back then, but like when I was doing graffiti and stuff, I was always just jealous. I was like, man, one day my style's gonna come. You know, one day my style's gonna come, and I've always just been waiting, and then now I'm like, oh, it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool, here we are.
I have the signature.
There's trips and grills and cartoons, man. It's like, all right, cool. Because it's very easy. Like even as myself, it's easy to get very critical and locked in and like almost narcissistic as an artist because you get so passionate into your work that it's like nothing else matters and like we get self-righteous from time to time for sure.
Of course.
So it's important to keep that in check, and we don't have a lot of that at the shop, and it's great. Like we're all just like about each other's art and about each other's like career, and it's like we just want each other to thrive. And what more can we do here to make this more fun, like make work more fun and make the space more inviting, to like thrive. That's just how I am, and like that's kind of how I stay sane in between commission work. Because I love my commission work. My clients are awesome. They can get the weirdest topics, but it is work at the end of the day in your mind, right? It's like, okay, that's paid work that I'm doing, and then the other stuff is kind of me time, Then I'm finding a big balance between that lately, where it's like, hey, work on commission for 4 hours, and then drop for 3 hours for your own stuff.
Right.
And it's I'm loving it.
That's cool.
I didn't have that for a long time because I couldn't. All my time I had to go to commissions or I went deep. Because making the transition, I was the drywall taper for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And I was working for myself, making pretty decent money, and it's just hated it. Now that's why my back's all messed up.
Yeah, no, that's shit work.
I'm working on stilts and all that bullshit. But making the transition was hard, and it was like, okay, like I gotta eat less. For a while, for about a year, I lost weight. Like, not I was starving, but it's just like, I like to eat. And so I had to cut down on a bunch of stuff and learn how to live a little bit differently. And now I'm finally kind of where I was, like drywall money wise, off of art. So 2 years of hard grinding for sure, being like, oh man, like if I want to pay my rent, I better bust something down, hope it sells.
That's not bad though. Only 2 years, man. That's not bad.
Yeah, man. Not bad. I mean, it's been a slow grind over like 6, 7-ish, whatever. But like the last years when I got really serious, having energy to go paint after drywall all day is tough.
I use scaffold.
Yeah, it's like you don't have energy for your passions, man. That's kind of depressing, bro. And like that's the cycle a lot of people are in. And I see a lot of creatives, and I'm like, oh, but I'm just so tired after work.
Yeah, but I got nothing left.
It's like, don't work so hard at work.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks
so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me in, guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh, those are for you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Whatever you want.
Awesome.
Oh, for sure.
Awesome.
I think I'll pull it up on here for people to see.
Yeah, do it up.
I'm gonna throw one up on
Yeah, we'll take it if you want.
our beer fridge in the studio. We'll get one for
Sick. Right on, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys, man.
That's-
Yeah.
that's
It's my
super
pleasure. Always. You guys ever need anything, let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you guys soon, man.
You got it.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.